right, welcome to Flames TV Live, and pleasure to be joined by the newest Calgary Flames acquisition and addition to this group, Tyler Toffoli. He's in Montreal right now, getting set to make the trip to Calgary, of course, acquired this morning via trade. And Tyler, maybe first of all, just give us an idea of, I know these days are hectic. You've been through it before, but today, just describe kind of the morning and when you got the news.
So we had the day off today, so I was just sleeping in. It's been kind of crazy, our schedule the past little while, and with the coaching change and everything. So I was trying to get some rest and rolled over and had my agent calling. And as soon as I saw him calling, I knew something was going on. And then I answered, and everything kind of got going.
Yeah, no kidding. What goes through your mind first when you hear the news? And then obviously just the kind of first thought about coming to Calgary.
I mean, so obviously I know a lot of the guys on the team, so I've kind of been talking to them a little bit. So hearing the news wasn't too surprising. I just it all just started happening so fast. So I'm excited. Every time I come to Calgary, it's always a lot of fun, and obviously with the team that they have, I'm excited to be joining it.
Well, I'm sure bittersweet on days like this, knowing you get close to those teammates there in Montreal. But just for you, when you look at the list, and we were kind of going through it, I mean, the connections, there's a long list of, former teammates or guys you've played with at some point down the line. I mean, have you gone through the roster there and kind of figured out all the connections on here?
Well, honestly, last year was pretty easy with the COVID stuff and playing against them 8 or 9 times, whatever it was. So I'm happy to be joining them. Obviously, I'm really good friends with Luch, yeah. And knowing the guys in Vancouver with Tanny and Markey. And then going back to junior with Monty. So I'm excited to be back in the locker room with them and catch up and just continue to win some games.
Yeah, you mentioned obviously, familiar with guys from LA, Vancouver. How much does that familiarity though help, that transition? I know it's a little bit earlier than the trade deadline, so that probably is a bonus. But just knowing some of those guys already to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, this morning I had Trevor Lewis texting me right away, so. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited to be with all of them again, and they're all my friends. So it's. I feel like it's going to be a pretty easy transition for me. And like I said, I'm just excited to be back in the locker room and chatting up with them.
Milan mentioned you guys just saw each other recently here. He already fired out the roller coaster pick, so I don't know if you can provide some insight on on maybe we get a trip out to Callaway Park at some point here in Calgary, but just that friendship there with yourself and Milan.
Yeah, we normally spend the bye weeks or the All-Star breaks together. So last year, obviously, we didn't have one, but this year we caught up. I'm really close with obviously his wife and the kids. So yeah. I think his wife wants to pick me up from the airport, and it's going to be a good little reunion. I haven't seen the kids in a little while here, so I'm excited to be back with them.
Also good news, the fact that there's plenty of home games here upcoming for the Calgary Flames, so a good chance to get settled in as well. Maybe just a thought on the group, what you're coming into. Obviously, it hasn't gone the way you wanted it to in Montreal this season, but maybe the opportunity to kind of take another run at things here in Calgary.
Yeah, I think they're all buying into what Daryl's preaching. Obviously, I was with Daryl earlier in my career, and we had a lot of success. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to play winning hockey again. Obviously, like you said, it wasn't going the way that we had planned here in Montreal, and last year was a lot of fun here. So I'm going to miss the city. I'm going to miss the guys on the team for sure. But like I said, going to a winning team and a team that's trying to win is a lot of fun.
Everything we've heard this morning is guys are looking forward to having you in here and that you'd fit in right away in the locker room. But the other thing they mentioned was the goal scoring ability. And I know it's hard to kind of put that into perspective when it's your own self. But just where does that sense, where that nose for the net and just being able to find big goals, where do you think that's kind of come from in your career?
Yeah, obviously coming in the league, it was one of those things where there's a lot of pressure on me to score goals. But first and foremost, for me to just get into the league and especially play under Daryl was to play the 200-foot style of hockey, and that's kind of what I take pride in. I take pride in playing all 3 zones, and sounds cliche, but that's kind of like my style. And when I get the puck on my stick, I like to shoot it. So hopefully, I can have that success and like you said, fit in right away and help the team continue to win games.
One last one for me, and I'd be remiss if we didn't bring it up because we're less than 24 hours away from the Super Bowl. Trevor mentioned it too, big LA Rams guy. He said he was more of a kind of jumped onto the bandwagon there. Where do you stand? What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we all got together here last night and watched the game. I was I was happy that the Rams won. Ever since they came to LA and I was there, we went to a lot of the games. Lou and I especially. So I'm happy for the team. I'm happy for the city, and I know a couple of guys on the Canadians aren't very happy because they're big Bengals fans, but it's a tough loss for them.
I heard maybe Brendan Gallagher would be one of those guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
him and Suzuki. So
there you go.
it's a tough morning for them.
Tough morning for them. Great morning for you in terms of the Rams win, and then of course joining the Calgary Flames. Say, listen, thanks for the time, appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you here in person and soon.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Yeah.